here's something that you shouldn't do with well-known dog trainers. Like, don't just message them and start the message with, hey, so I kind of need your advice with something. Like, we don't, like, this is our job, you know? Like, it's so, like, I don't mind helping people for free. I do it a lot. In particular, if somebody were to open that message with, I don't have a lot of money, but I have this dog problem going on. Can you refer me to the right information, sources, that type of deal? Happily help with some free advice. But, hey, so I need your advice. It's like, no. Fucking no. It's so entitled. And we get this as dog trainers every single day. Big platforms, little platforms. People just entitled to the knowledge because they think that we love dogs so much. And we do. I love dogs a fuck ton. But at the end of the day, it is my job. And
it's a fun job, but it's still a job.
I've been doing it, and I've been doing it extremely well for a very long time. Like, just have a little bit of respect that I'm not sure what it is with people whenever they just expect free advice via DMs. I don't know why. I think it's because they really think that like we love dogs, but yes, we absolutely love dogs. Mechanics love cars, but they're not going to fix your car for free a lot of the time. So that may be a bad analogy, because what is a living being?
No, I think the other thing is, like, we just, like, you're in a group chat with your client. You just went to a client.
Right.
You're going to another you're going to see your trainer. Like, you already have a lot on your plate.
Right.
You have your own dogs at home. You have, like,
right.
other clients' dogs, like, and you've got to juggle all that. And you know, that's why you did a lot of those, like, Instagram lives and stuff. You try to answer. I know that's usually you do those more to hang out with your community and, like, to answer those questions.
And on top of it, she's not even a subscriber. You know, like, it's like, if you're subscribed on my Instagram to my subscriber platform, I'll probably answer, because that kind of...
Well, you also have a library of stuff you've made for them also. So the answer is, like, probably already there.
Most likely.
Yeah.
Most likely. But this is like, I have 2 pit bulls and they're not getting along, and it's like, it's totally unethical for me to give free advice regarding a situation with 2 maybe genetically aggressive dogs who are going at each other and putting people into bad situations. Like, I need to assess the situation. That's why why so much of the online dog training stuff is just garbage. In particular, when it comes to behavior like that, you can get some people seriously fucked up.
I was gonna say, I always like to think of, like, what the worst case is, and, like, the worst case there is the dogs die, or someone gets really bit or mangled, or potentially die
or
too.
Or a person dies.
Yes. Yeah. Because there's no blanket response to 2 pit bulls are being aggressive to each other.
Correct. Like, there's not a point A will lead to point B to point C, and it's, no, you have to pivot.
Yes.
With the situation every single time.
Yeah. Because one of the pit bulls could even be very normal, and it's just the other one is offset, like, or whatever, the environment, or they both could, or...
The biggest thing is, you know, it's the advice that nobody wants, which would be keep them separate.
Yeah.
Because if those 2 dogs start going at it and you have to break it up and they redirect onto a person, there have been so many maulings in that exact situation where people have lost their lives, limbs, lips, eyes, ears. I mean, it's crazy. If dogs start fighting in home, you need to call a professional, and you need to keep them separate before it can get assessed. And most likely it's going to end up in a rehome. In particular, if it's like bullies. And that's not because I hate bullies, it's because I'm realistic about that. Then that's going to be part of this vlog also, where just in general, where, like, the more people watch, they'll understand. It's like, people always want my results, but sometimes the information that I deliver isn't exactly the nicest on the feelings. But I used to be a staunch, you know, adopt, don't shop, get all the bullies out of the shelters and stuff like that. And now it's all like situational, you know. It's do you have the life, like these dogs need to be gate kept the same way that Belgian Malinois are gate kept. They're not for everyone.
Yeah.
They're not.
Right.
And particularly they're not for people who aren't going to exercise them, trade them, or have a decent like relationship with them. They're not house hippos. And that's what, you know, what they've been relegated to, which is a bunch of like house hippo bullshit, like, you know, lovable bullies and like shit like that. And it's like, yeah, they're awesome. I have 2 of them. Like, they're great, but they're a lot of work if you do it right. And then that's how you get a balanced and composed bull. And you want a balanced and composed bull that's able to emotionally regulate. Otherwise, they're gonna find ways to emotionally regulate and to soothe frustration on their own. And most of the time, those coping strategies are going to be decided by genetics. And if you got one that's genetically dog aggressive, you're fucked.
Yeah.
In particular with the in-home fighting stuff, like I guarantee you, the person who asked me, like, she doesn't play enough with her dogs. She doesn't do like tug or weight pull or even barn hunt or any of that stuff, right? Like there's no allowance for expression, and that's gonna turn into frustration. It's very much the same with like people, and it might be a harsh example, but if you only, let's say, play fetch with your dog, right? So you're only playing fetch with your dog, and the dog never gets to dissect and consume and crunch on whatever it is that it's fetching. It's kind of the same as if like it's like if you're banging someone and then all of a sudden like they just stop and you never got to nut. Like, you get frustrated eventually. Like, and if that was an occurrence every single day, you'd be like, nah, this fucking sucks. Like,
Move this man!
this is it's enjoyable during the act, but then there's no grandiose finish, there's no fireworks, there's no huzzah, there's no how's your father, right? Like,
Yeah.
it becomes a chore, and it becomes frustrating, and that's where I think a lot of people don't understand it. So if this makes it into the vlog, the way that you circumnavigate that is after play, make sure that the dog gets something to like chew on, to crunch on, to dissect, to consume, just to fulfill that entire, you know, chase, kill, dissect, consume, rest and digest sequence. So that way it's a fully expressed behavior and a fully expressed behavioral sequence, which is good for the dog's soul.
So, ideal scenario, bring the dog out of the cage, and since they're both fighting, do this individually.
Yeah.
So bring one out, tug a rope, whatever. Have some. Let them show their teeth a bit. Let them pull on something. Actually, do something physical, and then give them a bone or a snack or a something at the end.
So the play, like, take the pack integration or the pack aggression out completely, like of that statement.
Okay.
You should be doing that with all your dogs, period.
Okay.
Regardless of the symptom of like what pent up frustration has caused. So
okay.
Basically, you can avoid all this bullshit if you just prevent the dog from needing to seek a release.
Sure.
And sometimes dogs will find that release by fighting another dog. But here in this situation, because I don't know what's going on, I would say, yeah, play with your dogs and reestablish your relationship with them. But you should go through a play course, like,
sure,
and learn how to properly play with your dog. It's all over the internet, you know, like YouTube, how to play tug, and it'll be there. It'll probably be on this channel. You know?